We're in the big reader book. We're on page 270, where you should probably have it marked from last time. It's under the topic America is. Whoa. And we're going to take a look at, hopefully, the story and the vocabulary, because you will be working on that later. So let's get going.
Genre, narrative nonfiction. Essential question, what does America mean to you? America Is by Louise Borden, illustrated by Stacy Schuett. America is our country. It is the place we call home. We are the nation whose name means freedom to people all over the world.
Nation, an area of land that is controlled by its own government. I would like to visit the nation of Egypt to see the pyramids. Nation.
Freedom. Being free. Doing what you want. Not being controlled. The puppy and I have the freedom to play in the backyard. Freedom.
America is 50 states, from the Atlantic coast to the Pacific Ocean and beyond, the United States of America. Some states are big, some states are small. 13 of the states are very old. The rest came later, one by one. America is a flag of stars and stripes. 50 stars for the 50 states we have now. 13 stripes for the 13 states that began our nation. America is the pledge we say at school. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It is the song we sing, hands over our hearts. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. America is old barns and country roads, fields of corn and wheat. And farmers who work sun up to sundown. American farmers grow food that feeds families all over the world. America is teachers and their students in schools in every state, and miners and factory workers, artists and musicians, bakers and bankers, and millions of other people who work at many different kinds of jobs at every hour of the day and night.
Miners. Plural form of miner. A person who works in a mine. The miners were tired after a long day of work. Miners.
America is skyscrapers, tall with many windows. Up, up, up.
Skyscrapers. Very tall buildings in a city. New York City is filled with skyscrapers. Skyscrapers.
And people in cities who rush to and from work, in cars, in buses, in taxicabs, on subways, and fast trains. Whoosh! Honk honk! Hurry, hurry! From New York City to Chicago to Los Angeles, this is America. America is the swamps and bayous of the Deep South, and ponds that glimmer from east to west, and lakes so huge and deep they seem as big as an ocean.
Glimmer, to shine in a weak or faint way. The stars glimmer in the sky at night. Glimmer.
And rushing streams, and creeks and brooks, and rivers that are long and wide, that bring our states together as one vast land, from the Hudson to the Ohio, to the Mississippi, to the Columbia. This is America.
Vast, great in size. The vast plains of Wyoming go on for hundreds of miles. Vast.
America is home to its very first people, the proud tribes who live in peace with the earth and the sky, whose words bring wisdom to all who listen.
Tribes. Plural form of tribe. A group of people that include families and relatives who have the same language, customs, and beliefs. We learned about different tribes who live in Kenya. Tribes.
And America is those of us who came later, many kinds of people from many countries of the world. We are one family and one team. And America is the prairie, tall grass and wind and stars. Listen, this is America. America is the stone walls of New England, the forests of the Northwest, the osprey and oysters of the Chesapeake Bay. And Minnesota winters 10 degrees below zero and sometimes colder. The West and its ranches are a part of this nation too, with 10-gallon hats and boots and spurs, with herds of cattle and lassos in cowboys' hands. Rodeo, yippee-yi-yay! This is America. America is rugged mountains with caps of snow and deserts that are hot and dry, 110 degrees in the shade. It is Niagara Falls, the Grand Canyon, and sandy beaches to fly a kite on or dig all the way to China. So much to see in every state. America. America is big trucks and wide horizons and roads that take us east and west, north and south. And America is old towns with old names and new towns yet to be that tell our history then and now. It is a nation where 50 states meet, where we are all one.
Horizon. The line where the earth or ocean seems to meet the sky. The sun is rising over the horizon. Horizon.
America is the land where we are free to live, to speak out, to worship, to work, to play, to follow our dreams. America is names we remember like George Washington, Betsy Ross, Ben Franklin, Harriet Tubman, Abraham Lincoln, Eleanor Roosevelt, and Martin Luther King Jr. And holidays we call our own, like Thanksgiving in November, to honor the Pilgrims and the Native Americans, and the 4th of July, when every summer in every state, fireworks light up our sky. Happy birthday, America. America is letters and phone calls, emails and faxes, from family, from friends, from the 50 states, near and far, vacations and reunions. We connect across the rivers, across the mountains, across the miles, across America. America is the stories of all of us told together. From continent to continent across the world, we are the nation whose name means freedom. America is our country. It is the place we call home. Vocabulary. Independence Day. The 4th of July was just around the corner. Annie's class was going to build a float for the annual parade, but Mrs. Prater could not decide what to put on the float. Louis wanted superheroes and tall, glimmering skyscrapers. He said he wanted to show that freedom is super. Everyone giggled at the thought. Annie suggested miners and farmers. They worked to build our vast nation. Ivy suggested Native American tribes. She wanted to show how America began. She wanted to paint the horizon pink. The sunrise would stand for hope. Mrs. Prater compromised. The float would show farmers working in the early morning. Ivy ran to find the pink paint. It was going to be perfect. Social studies. Where you live. In America is, you read about many different places in our nation. People live in different places for different reasons. Some people live on farms, while others prefer to live near the ocean. Our country has many different natural features, like vast fields, wide lakes, and tall mountains. Some people might live near water in order to use boats to ship things for their business. People who live on farms might use the soil to grow food for others and for themselves. Big cities have skyscrapers full of offices and employees. Some people move to the city to work in one of those offices. Americans have the freedom to move wherever they want. Some skyscrapers are full of offices that people work in.
Okay, so that is the end of that Reader 1. When we start again next week, you're going to need Reader 2 to start some new stories. But you today will be doing in your OWL book, page 159 and 160, which is the vocabulary from the stories. I know, I wish we were there to discuss this completely. Hopefully we will start touching on some of it. as we go. We know about the national anthem. We know the pledge. Did you know the national anthem? You know, oh, say, can you see, was actually a poem that they put to music. Anyway, you're going to do work on the vocabulary: freedom, horizons, nation, tribes, glimmer, miners, skyscrapers, vast. Putting the right word in the right spot. And then back here, it's the definition that you'll write all, 2, 4, 6, 8 words, where they go. So that goes with the story and that. And I will, that should be it. I think that's all I have to go with our reading for today. Let me see. Yes. All right. So see you later. Bye.